This question is for Jakia. What's changed about you guys since the last time you played Notre Dame? That was the last loss you had, and it seems like it was forever ago. What's changed about this team since that game?
Um, After that game, I think we learned a lot. I think we learned how to play together and do the things that we do, like playing inside out and gain stops on D. So I think playing our game was the biggest lesson from that loss.
Todd Gibson, CBS 17 out of Raleigh. Elissa, for you guys to become an elite program, do you feel like this, even though you've had some fantastic seasons, will this program have to make a Final Four appearance for you guys to be considered an elite program?
I think it's one of our goals for sure. However you want to consider our program, I think internally it's something that we all want and we're all fighting for. I think we've made this team great along the way with our championships, but I think it definitely is time for us to take that next step past the Sweet 16.
Bring it up front.
Hi, Lori Riley from the Hartford Courant. This is for either of you or both of you. I know you guys have addressed this before about the, fairness of coming here and, potentially having to play UConn. I know that's the next game, but possibly. But as a number one seed, do you feel it is fair to, to be able to play here basically in UConn's backyard?
We're going to take the games one step at a time, and we're going to have a winning mentality with whoever we step on the court with. So it doesn't matter where we are, who we're playing against. We're going to bring it.
Doug Feinberg, the AP. For both of you, where does playing Notre Dame again rank in things that are important? And you've familiarity with them. Coach is saying that obviously for them they have the tape already when you played them and the scouting reports, and it's probably easier that, hey, their players on their team as opposed to some team you may not have played yet this year. So where is it? How easy is it for you guys to face a team that you've already played so far this season?
Well, first, no game is easy, so we're going to prepare. We know they're in our conference, and this is one of the main games that we really were looking forward to, getting revenge back. So we know we're going to have to play hard. We looked at the film, and we know what we need to do, and we're prepared.
Elissa, would you like to answer that as well?
Yeah, I can just second what Jakia said. It's not easy to play a team, and it's almost harder to play them twice. So I think playing another team from our conference, yeah, we're familiar with them, but we lost when we played them before. So I think it's going to be a tough game to come out for.
This is for both of you. Alexa Philpott, ESPN. You've been on this stage before, and Coach has talked about how he wants to see you guys come out with more confidence and toughness with the experience that you have from playing in the Sweet 16. What does that look like for you? And just in terms of how much you think you've grown from last year's appearance, what are those areas where you've seen that development?
Jakia, I'll start with you.
Well, we know the loss in the Sweet 16 was heartbreaking, and we don't want to feel that feeling again. So we know that we got to come out and play tough and play hard and just play our game and win it.
Elissa?
Yeah, I think what that looks like for us is really focusing game by game, looking in on the scout, focusing on every little thing we can do. And I think it starts on defense for sure. Box outs, rebounding, the little things, going for 50-50 balls, starting the game just strong, even if our shots aren't falling, attacking, trying to get to the rim, or trying to force stops on defense. So it's all the little things that make up a toughness game.
Hi, Jackie Powell from Bleacher Report. I've got one for each of you, if that's all right. So, Elissa, first for you. I'm curious as to what you've learned this season when it comes to making an impact besides scoring, especially when defenses are going to key in on you and have been the whole year, and sort of how that's a crucial skill that's going to serve you at the next level.
Yeah, I think it's something that I just had to learn from and develop from, knowing that when teams focus in on me more, we have 4 other scorers on the court. And so learning how to pass out to them, knowing where the double team's coming from, and then knowing my teammates' strengths, like knowing who's going to cut to the basket and where I can find them at. So I think just knowing that when they double team and when their defense is good inside, knowing that opens up the outside.
And Jakia, for you, I'm curious how important you believe that the pace of play during this game against Notre Dame is going to be, especially after what they were able to do to Oklahoma.
Yes, I definitely think that we need to play our game, looking inside out and getting it inside, and then looking to pass for the post player to pass it out, and just moving around just moving around the court, and just taking good possessions.
Pat?
Pat Eaton-Robb from the Associated Press. For both of you, the idea is that there's an idea that the further teams advance in the NCAA tournament, the more business opportunities there are going to be for you this year, NIL-wise. I wanted to ask both of you, have you had more money-making opportunities because you're in a program that's going far in the NCAA tournament? And how do you separate that business side of what you do versus the student-athlete side?
Elissa, let's start with you.
Honestly, yeah, I think there's been a lot of opportunities over the entire season. I haven't really looked to see if they've increased over the tournament these past couple weeks. But for me, I'm just kind of focused on basketball right now. There's a lot going on, like besides basketball, like school and just life. So for me, I haven't really focused on it. I'm here to play in this NCAA tournament, and that's my main focus in life right now.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Elise. I'm focused on basketball right now, and hopefully the opportunities that have come to me understand that as a basketball player. So I'm just worried about the tournament right now.
We do have a couple minutes left. Any final questions for players? Take it over here.
This is for either you, Ben Pickman from Sports Illustrated. Have you guys watched back last year's Sweet 16 loss, maybe at any point this season? And if so, what was that like? And I guess what do you wish you did differently last year than this time around?
Jakia, let's start with you.
Oh, yes, I've definitely watched the game over, and we just didn't play hard enough. Indiana, they outworked us, and I think this year we know that we have to play hard. We have to play defense. We have to get offensive rebounds. Like Lisa said earlier, we have to do the little things in order to get to the next step and to keep winning.
Yeah, I second that as well. I definitely watched the game, and it was tough. It was heartbreaking. You know, it makes you just like want to get out of the court and play more basketball. So I think that's kind of fueled us to be where we are now. And just knowing that I don't think we had the identity as a team as we wanted to have that game that we've had this season and doing the little things.
Jonas?
Elissa, I have a non-basketball question. Did you guys solve the mystery of the hotel room locked from the inside last night?
Honestly, no. Yeah, for those of y'all that don't know, one of our doors was like locked and shut, like deadbolted from the inside. But the hotel guy came. He figured it out. We searched under the beds. We searched the closet. So it's all good. We're all still a little scared. Oh, yeah. Everyone was out.
One more over here.
Ben Pickman, Sports Illustrated again. Just following up on what you said about identity. What do you think at this stage the identity of this team is?
I think we're a tough team. I think we're an offensively minded team. I think whenever we come out, our offense is usually there in games. So I think this year that our focus has really been to be a defensive team, to come out from the jump and to get stops, to get rebounds, and to limit the other team of what they're good at. If we know someone's a three-point scorer, trying to stop the three-point. If we know they're a driver, trying not to let them attack. So I think our identity has been an offensive team, but this year it's like kind of shifted to a defensive team, and we're going to come out and jump on you.
We will have our first Zoom question of the day. We'll bring it over to Jasmine Gallup. I don't promise to be an IT person, so we'll take it from here.
Hi, this is Jasmine Gallup with Indie Week. The NCAA has faced some controversy in past years over how it treats the women's team versus the men's team. I'm just wondering if this year you feel that you're getting more support from the organization, and you know what can be done in the future to kind of put more value and more focus on the women's team, especially given how well you're doing this year.
Jakia, let's start with you.
I definitely think it's definitely better than last year. They've been giving us, gifts. I mean, that's not really. They've been giving us gifts, and they've just been supportive. And you see it everywhere now, and people are constantly talking about it and getting more people to look at women's games. So I think it's improved since last year.
Yeah, I think it's improved as well, and even just like the buzz around women's basketball is growing, and it's because people realize that we are full of talent. And I think that in the future, everyone just like keeping to speak out and stand up for themselves is going to help us just continue to move forward.
Final questions for players? Go right here. No, please take the microphone.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
My bad. Hi again. I'm just curious, and this could come from either of you, what you believe or what matchup is going to determine who survives and advances.
Jakia?
I think the matchup that is going to win every game is the team that's the toughest that day, that's going to score and win the game, and that's going to be us.
Elissa?
Yeah, I think just like being locked in, taking it one game at a time.
Take it right back here.
Ernie Myers, NC State Radio. Guard play in the tournament has been traditionally teams with great guard play usually advance further. How do you feel like your point guard is playing right now in this tournament? Your point guards. Thank you.
Jakia, you'll start off.
Well, I think they're playing great. They've been playing great all season, and they help us. They bring the ball up the court, they make great plays, and I trust them. So I think we're going to go far with them.
Elissa?
Yeah, I think Reina has the experience of being in the tournament, and I think Diamond has the confidence to be here. So even though I don't know if she went her Buckers, but even though she hasn't been with us the past couple of years, I think knowing that she has the confidence to come in and do what the team asks of both of them.